Hella Beard, it's your boy Big Beard B, and we are back for another edition of Big Beard Business. Today we're hopping to a fragrance review from a fragrance house that has been doing its thing for a very long time. And the fragrance house is Emporio Armani. But the fragrance that we're talking about today happens to be that of Stronger With You Amber. Now the Stronger With You lineup has been around for quite some time. We saw the original Stronger With You, we saw Stronger With You Intensely, we saw Stronger With You Absolutely, we saw Freeze, we saw Stronger With You Leather, we saw Stronger With You Oud, we saw Stronger With You Only, is that what it's called? Only, I believe. I think this is the 8th one if I already said Only. And then Amber for sure. I got them over there somewhere. Did I say leather? I don't know. There's 8 of them. Hopefully I went through them all. But nonetheless, this is an exclusive fragrance, and the bottle and the presentation looks a little different. Now I do really like the way this presentation looks in terms of the bottle. You got this golden honey-esque or amber-esque hue outlined in this gold trim. You got the callback to the UAE right in the O, and that is just a very nice presentation all in all. Now if you're like me, you've been a fan of the Strong With You lineup since its release, and this fragrance is really no different in terms of how I feel about it. So hint hint where we are. This scent here is really special. Obviously anytime that you get the Stronger With You DNA and you get something else added into it, i.e. leather, oud, or amber, it becomes even more special. Now one thing I'll say about this fragrance, and we've been seeing this more and more with this lineup, is they've been keeping the note breakdown a little simplistic in terms of what they provide. There's 3 notes provided on this fragrance, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's more. So during my presentation, I'm going to tell you what I feel is in this fragrance. It may not be 100% right, but at least you'll get a great idea of what you will experience with Stronger With You Amber. Now, I briefly went through the presentation in terms of how it looks. You can see this for sure that this is an attractive looking presentation, which would catch your eye if this one was on the shelf. But inside of this, when you get those sprays in, that's really when the magic happens. On first spray of Stronger With You Amber, your senses are awakened. Now, there's likely some type of pink pepper or cinnamon here within the top that really just gives it this nice semi-spicy feel, but it's not too far overboard. As we've experienced with most of the other fragrances within the Stronger With You lineup, this fragrance is cozy. I would say that it's cuddle buddy activity worthy because, well, it's almost like a hug in a bottle. And who doesn't like hugs? I mean, I don't need a hug, but who doesn't like hugs? Alright, but the thing is, this fragrance isn't just about being cozy. There is something sexy and seductive about this fragrance as well, and I believe that this was done on purpose. In fact, when I think about the other fragrances within this lineup, most of them fall within that realm as well. That's how they came out of the gate. There was that chestnut roasting on an open fire during those winter seasons. This scent really falls into that. It also adds almost, I won't say almost because it completely is, this like unisex feel within this fragrance. I think this fragrance would work for almost anyone of almost any age, and they would be able to get away with this fragrance. And I think that this is something very different than we've experienced with the previous releases from the Stronger With You lineup, right? As we got oud and leather, those were not as unisex as this one here, but this one here is very, very much so a unisex fragrance that anyone could feel confident wearing. Now the amber in this fragrance adds a bit of depth here. It also adds some richness within this fragrance, and it's not quite a bad boy, also not quite too run-of-the-mill when it comes down to it. It's like, I am here to take risk, but you can also trust me. To me, Stronger With You Amber is a versatile fragrance, but it's not for all seasons. I would say that in the fall and winter, you would be able to wear this fragrance for almost any occasion. In my humble opinion, I would feel confident in doing so. But in the spring and summer, this one might be a little too warm. As I mentioned, this is like a hug in a bottle. A little bit too warm for it to be like your everyday wear. Now, sometimes like here in Texas right now, it's been going crazy. One day it's 80, one day it's 60. And I feel like if it's one of those 60 days in the spring, you would be able to wear this fragrance and get away with it and feel confident that you smell amazing. That's my personal opinion on this fragrance. Also, I've been a huge fan of the Strong With You lineup since it's launched, and I plan to purchase every one that they come out with, specifically on the men's lineup. I remember when it first came out, I got this one, or the OG, for myself, and I got the women's version for my wife. That's also a perfect pairing, as they've done very similar things between those fragrances, where you could say, hey, this is very complimentary of what the missus is wearing on their significant other, and get away with it. All in all, this is a warm fragrance, spicy, cuddle buddy action, cozy as it comes back to it. I think this one would lean towards compliments within the right situation, that close encounter. I would probably go 3 to 5 sprays on this fragrance here. In terms of longevity, not amazing, but also not bad. This is not like a beast mode fragrance, but it's also not like a quiet one either. This one does provide, again, more that closer encounter feel, like a hug in a bottle. 6 hours, you know, I would say you got for your longevity here. It's going to be about 1.5 to 2 feet in terms of your projection, but if you did go heavy on the sprays, that would change a bit in the opening of things and then begin to die down later on. I would say it's maybe 6-7 hours on this one in terms of your longevity. Not a bad fragrance. I enjoy it. I think a lot of you out there will enjoy it as well. If you got this one in your collection, let me know. For those of you who would like to know, I'll leave it linked down below where I picked this one up. I think it sold out quite quickly after I purchased it. So there you have it, man. I had this one in collection for a few weeks now. You saw me unbox this one on my Instagram stories. If you're not following me there yet, make sure you do so at Big Beard Business. Listen, that's all I got for you today. As always, I'm your boy, Big Beard Beard. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend that we are back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Just hit the goddamn